The views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal, and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Hello and welcome friends once again to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Now, the wrestlers' protest simply refuses to go away. The image of wrestlers being bodily lifted and dragged from Jantar Mantar by the Delhi police is one of the dramatic images of the week, as is the drama that unfolded over a threat by the wrestlers to throw their medals in the river Ganga because they were insisting on the arrest of the BJP MP Brij Bhushan Saran Singh, whom they accuse of sexual harassment. Now, here are my 10 takeaways from what I continue to call the Dangal for justice. Takeaway number 1. In India, public adulation is extremely fickle. The same people who are rushing to take photo ops with the wrestlers, fetting them, doing films on them, are now trying to distance themselves from the wrestlers' agitation. The same wrestlers who were heroes till the other day are now being attacked as anti-national by government cheerleaders. Their crime? They have spoken up against a ruling party MP. That's right, that alone has led them to be called anti-national by some. The same who only till the other day were world champions and Olympic medal winners. Takeaway number 2. For women to speak up on sexual harassment in our society is just not easy. It's taken years for the wrestlers to raise their voice, and when they do, the men in power, and I guess a few women too, simply won't believe them. Provide proof, they are told. How do you provide proof of sexual harassment, particularly if the investigation is not done in a fair and transparent manner? Is the word of these Olympians simply not good enough for us at least to give them a fair hearing? Takeaway number 3. The police often stands by those in power and not the victim. Remember, it took a Supreme Court intervention for an FIR to be eventually filed in the case against Brij Bhushan Saran Singh, the Member of Parliament in the eye of the storm, and he hasn't even been called for questioning yet. In a normal POCSO Act case where minors are making allegations of sexual assault, the charges are immediately pursued. Here, it just hasn't happened. Takeaway number 4. In politics, winnability is all that matters. Brij Bhushan Saran Singh is no ordinary BJP MP, my friends. He has won 6 times from the constituency of Gonda in central UP, his bastion. He controls the fortunes in at least 6 other assembly constituencies, and as you've seen, even the seers of Ayodhya are supporting him. The fact that he has been a Tada detainee accused of sheltering Dawood Ibrahim's aides doesn't seem to matter. The fact that he has self-confessed to murder on camera, murdering a political rival, doesn't seem to matter. All that seems to matter is that he can win you an election. It's really as simple and as shameful as that. Takeaway number 5. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao is a hollow slogan in such times. The women wrestlers, in a way, were the best possible advertisement for women's empowerment in this country. And yet, when it comes to the crunch, the system won't stand by them. Why would a family tomorrow send their daughter to a male-dominated akhada in rural Haryana, break through this male-dominated bastion if they fear that their daughters' voices will not be heard if they make accusations of sexual harassment? Takeaway number 6. The right to protest, my friends, is a fundamental constitutional right. You and I may disagree with the mode of protest at times. I, for example, certainly don't approve of the threat made by the wrestlers that they will throw their medals in the Ganga if Brij Bhushan Saran Singh is not arrested within 5 days. But what we surely cannot disagree on is the right that these wrestlers, or indeed any other Indian, has to peacefully protest without motives being imputed or without this name calling being called anti-national and worse. Takeaway number 7. A protest will be politicized the longer it lasts. One of the charges now being made against the wrestlers is that they have allowed politics and politicians to hijack their protest, especially from opposition parties. I recall how when the protest started in January, the wrestlers refused to allow any politician from any party on their platform. Now, all that has changed. Politicians are jumping on the wrestler bandwagon. In a way that was bound to happen. It was inevitable. When you don't engage in a serious dialogue with the protesters, the gap will be filled and exploited by netas of all hues. Why blame the wrestlers for that? Why not instead focus on the charges that they have made? Takeaway number 8. Empathy or sensitivity is clearly missing. Right through this wrestler protest, I have sensed a complete absence of empathy for their cause from those within the ruling class. You don't have to agree with all that the wrestlers are saying, but at least give them a patient hearing. The Women and Child Development Minister, the normally very voluble Smriti Irani, is silent this time. Anurag Thakur, the sports minister, has often chose to be almost dismissive of the allegations of the wrestlers. The Haryana government, from where these Olympian wrestlers hail, has been strikingly non-communicative. Where is that leader who will put an arm around these wrestlers, promise that he or she will take up their cause to a logical end? As I said, a little bit of sensitivity never would hurt. Takeaway number 9. Our elite athletes across sports are silent, or at least a majority of them. Remember, this has been the big Indian Premier League month, showcasing our billionaire cricketers. But we haven't heard a squeak out of them in solidarity with the wrestlers. It has taken Olympic gold medal winners Neeraj Chopra and Abhinav Bindra to show the mirror to the rest. But sadly, not our cricketers. Yes, Anil Kumble is the one cricketer who has tweeted in support, and one respects him for doing so. But he is a cricket legend who has retired. What about those whose voices today could be perhaps heard even more strongly? Their voices are conspicuous, I am afraid, by their silence. Does it show cowardice or simply an unwillingness to take on the system beyond a point? You decide. Takeaway number 10. We the people, you and I, need to stop being obedient Indians and somewhere down the line also learn to become courageous Indians. Get in a way inspired by these wrestlers and keep asking questions of those in power, be it in our workplace or indeed in public life. Silence, my friends, is never an option. And remember, always stand up with the victim, not with the alleged perpetrator. As a postscript, let me say this. There is one more thing that I have learned. Some of our ministers are very good runners. That's right. Meenakshi Lekhi, the lone woman MP from Delhi, was being asked to explain her position on the wrestler protest. What did she do? She just ran away. Yes, literally ran away, a bit like Usain Bolt from the camera. In a way, that says it all. You can run, but you can never hide forever. Think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do of course subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar.